I went ahead and got a little dabble and put it down on yonder. And holy shit, that's a wake up call too. You feel good too with it. It's nothing like an icy hot. It's just nice little touch. Your balls feel nice and cool.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Anubis, you said your nice little wake up is the shower and cold. Well, this morning, I've been talking about this menthol shampoo from Suave, whatever you call their brand. I got this menthol, right? And I've been using it on my head. It's got that pea tree effect where it tingles and like feels fresh on your scalp. Well, I went ahead and got a little dabble and put it down on yonder. And holy shit, that's a wake up call too. You feel good too with it. It's nothing like an icy hot. It's just nice little touch. Your balls feel nice and cool. It's pretty. I don't know what the fuck's doing it. I don't know if menthol's good for your hair or anything, but it fucking feels good.
Cold water is very good for your body, actually.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And it increases your breathing, which makes your skin better, which is funny.
Yeah. I heard some Navy SEAL fucking does it every morning.
Well, if you look at athletes, what's the first thing they do for recovery? They take an ice bath.
Yeah.
They don't take a hot shower. They take an ice bath. Man, you got the crypto thing where they're in there freezing negative 300 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah, some good recovery. Good for the rehab. All right, well, we're back at y'all again with another episode. It's IGP, and we have, of course, the co-host Anubis is here with us, and somebody who comes to frequent every once in a while. It's Mayhem again, and that's
I'm always there.
We have shit.
You know it's me.
I will go grab another cap. We might be losing to Sean though, so I don't know.
I feel left out. Now. No hat.
Really
No
about
hat.
to rebuild.
Yeah, right. But shit, we had topics to cover for today, but we had a bomb drop. Now is there any truth to it?
That's
Or
a
is
question
it
mark.
all all speculation? So y'all want to go straight into this?
Yeah, we can
Got
go into
some
that.
big news.
Yeah, I think we should definitely lead it with that. We should definitely start there.
All right, let's get to reading out this so-called leak, which was posted on Ubisoft's forums, which is
Right.
But it's been taken down, right, Anubis?
Yep. I've tried to look for it. I couldn't find it after that.
Okay. So
From my understanding, it was taken down, but you can still comment on the original post. But somebody else does have it. Somebody else grabbed the screenshot of it and put it out, which is it's very weird because in it gives you details. But at one point it says, I don't want to give too many details away. Let it be a surprise. Like
what the hunters?
You let all this out?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
There's no surprise. There's no surprise anymore. It's like somebody, like always, there's somebody in Massive or in Ubisoft that they don't have the patience. They don't have the patience. They just give it to the first YouTuber or they give it to somebody out there and they start spreading it. And then now you got like right now I'm online and I'm looking, my chat's blowing up. It's blowing up by messages, people talking about it, talking about, oh, we saw this, we saw that. And then now there's what surprises is there? We all know you guys are going to increase the level cap.
And right, we've guessed that. We guessed that because that puts you, it makes you have to play the whole game all over again. Yeah. But we've also had that conversation of this is what, their fourth, fifth time of changing gear. And right now I'm seeing from like my clan, like you said, clan on PlayStation is blowing up and it's 50-50 of, okay, there's more content, more game. And then it's the other hand of I'm not
Rebuilding.
farming all this again. Like
Rebuilding.
I have builds that are maxed out. For me, like I said, if I have one character, all right, let's do it. But 4 characters with 7 to 8 builds apiece, nah, for me, no. I can't, that's too, I don't have the time to do that all over again.
Can't
You know what I
you
mean? Like
invest
right
one
now, I just
character?
don't have it. Per character, I got about 8 or 9 builds, all of them different because I decided to make each character different. Like one guy is ARs, one guy is LMGs, one guy is rifle slash marksman rifle, and the last guy is submachine gun shotguns. So all of them have builds specifically toward those weapons. Now, my first guy is probably more of the hybrid because I was raiding with him at the time more. So he can still do rifles, he can still do ARs, but he's mainly my AR guy.
Right.
All of them have skill builds, but I made different skill builds with all of them. Like one might still have a 3-piece hardwire with 3-piece Empress. One might be 3-piece Empress, 2-piece Hana U and this mask. One might be half skill damage and half crit hit damage. Like I just made different builds for all of them because all of them give me a different play style. Starting all over with that is serious. That is serious for me where I'm a father of 2 young boys about to turn 4 here in a few weeks.
Yeah.
The reason I'm on the game right now is because I'm stuck working from home in my office. But if you take that away, I get out of work, I'm with family. That's the only time I would be able to play 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I'm sacrificing sleep to play the game because I got to work the next day. Like that's asking a lot for, I will call myself a casual player, but I'm very much in the background of what's going on because, you know, the kids got the TV all day. I'm reading stuff. Like, what's going on with the game? What's the new thing? The part that really seems weird to me in this is the weirdest part is just last week, we got an announcement that, TU12 was supposed to be the last update. We weren't supposed to get anything else, but now you have a new DLC, 2 new game modes.
Level cap.
A new level cap, 2 new game modes, a new DZ or a new PvP, like all of that. You have all of that all of a sudden? Where'd that come from?
Right. This is
It was,
out there
I'm gonna,
all of a sudden.
I'm just gonna say it. It was because they brought it up to Ubisoft, like, hey, now that Massive is gonna work on a game for Star Wars, the big title for Disney, what do we expect? Like, for example, like, didn't you guys have Division 2 like basically dead?
Right.
Ubisoft was just sitting there saying, no, it's not the end of that game. We'll get right back to you. They gave a call, make more content, hang up the phone. Here comes Massive. Oh, yeah, guys, just letting you know. And a message wasn't no state of the game. There has been zero state of the game.
Yeah.
Zero.
Say anything.
They just put out a message. We're gonna bring more content. And guess what? Now there's a leak. Right. With the leak, what do we get? More surprises. Biggest surprises that we get right now is the gears, the new story mode. We already know who it's gonna be because the comms tell you that's Natalia.
Yeah.
Right.
We all know that. We all know it's her.
But what about how we left off with Fei Lao? We're fucking rogue right now in the eyes of the world.
Pretty much. Like I'm just. It's just what's gonna happen. I have an idea. This is like brain. Like throw my brain out there, and whoever's watching this and they can disagree with me or they can say you're nuts. You're gonna go back to the White House. You're gonna be right there with Manny Ortega. You're gonna be with Kelso. You're gonna be with all these other agents that you went through the whole story. And you're gonna sit down and talk about this is what's going on. We're officially rogue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a possibility we'll be rogue, and that now every single agent's gonna see us not as the good guy, they'll see it as the bad guy, and we have to do some crazy stuff to actually get back into becoming a shade agent.
Right.
Or like they're gonna tie this all in.
Or it just feels like we're just gonna end up fighting Isaac or something, destroying the whole division. Because if that's how they want to end the game, because it leads to that, let's destroy division.
But didn't they sign 3 games? Ubisoft's?
Well, we don't know the language of the contract. Like the contract could be 2 games,
Oh, right.
option on 3.
Yeah,
So it sounds like 3, but it's all option. You know what I mean? Like we have no idea what that contract really states. It could be a performance thing too. Like, okay, yeah, we'll do 3 years if you maintain X or this amount of people are still playing, or you know what I mean? Like all of that can go into it. We have no idea.
But that doesn't explain last week when they just announced Fallout was the end.
Right. That's the biggest part. And another thing too,
which was Massive who told us, the
Right.
Division 2 team.
And it's on their forums. Whoever doesn't believe us, it is in their forums. They specifically said the game was intended to end with Fallout.
Yeah,
and what happened? Big Daddy Ubisoft came out of nowhere. Hey, they're trying to make us look bad with Star Wars, so you better do something.
Right. You better step your game up because we're not having it.
Well, the question is Red Storm now with them? We don't.
You know, I've had this conversation before, and I've seen content creators fly off the handle about a Twitter page where they changed their banner.
Right.
Okay, you changed your banner. But a rogue symbol means you left the division. And they were answering questions like, look, we're no longer with the division. You got to direct that to the people that are still working on the game. And that threw everybody for a loop because nobody knew.
Right.
Now, the biggest thing that I kind of see with this community is we deserve to be in the know. We don't. We don't own any stock in Ubisoft. Now, you might have more word than we do, but they won't owe us anything. They don't have to tell us what's going on behind the scenes because that's their personal business.
Right.
They don't owe the community anything. Now, we'll tell you what's going on with this game, but we don't have to tell you what's going on in our boardroom or our offices. So we kind of took this as a privilege, like, hey, I play this game. You owe me this information. No, I don't. How many businesses do you know what's going on in the boardroom?
Massive does claim, though, the big transparency thing.
Yeah, we'll give you transparency toward the game and what we're trying to do, but we're not going to give you transparency into our office. You know what I mean? Like, that is huge. Like, could you imagine you just walking to Wells Fargo, like, yeah, I want to know everything that's going on with this company right now. They're going to sit down and tell you. Yeah. No company is going to do that.
Well, you know what's funny, though? With Reddit, they had a post by Joker Unique last week, and it's called Hopes and Dreams. And they're telling you, yo, what do you think? You know, it seemed like their biggest focus for this next content to release was just pretty much tidying up and getting better quality of life. There was nothing. They were saying, like, what would you like reworked, but not really much into the new shit. Like, what? It was weird.
And see, kind of going along with that, when you read this so-called leak, it's everybody's guess put into this one leak. Yeah. I've been guessing the level cap 50 because it definitely keeps you playing the game. It makes you play all over. Yeah. I've been guessing that. Some people have been guessing more seasons because of Sokolov and the leaked information there. Some people were guessing a new DZ because there was supposedly a DZ in New York. If you look at everything that people have been guessing, it's in this. It's in this supposed leak.
It's the fucking... If it's too good to be true.
Right. Like, that's a whole new game. You're talking about a whole new DLC, which you would have had to been working on last year. It's not something where, oh, okay, yeah, you guys want some new stuff? We'll have a new DLC for you in 3 months. No, not at all. We've already been seeing a skeleton crew on this game. We've all seen the information based on the Resident Evil event, where they literally just changed colors of stuff we already had.
Right.
So that's a skeleton crew, but now you got a DLC with survival type game coming out, more DZ. I take it with a grain of salt. And all of that based on, we were pretty much done at 12. Wait a minute, you're done at 12, but now we get all this? Like, who's working on this game? Yeah. And that kind of leads us into this other thing. I don't know if you guys have heard, but a content creator let information be known that Hamish is no longer in the position he was. He's in a new position. He's no longer even in the position to do state of the games.
Oh, okay.
So everybody, we need a state of the game now. Well, you're not going to get one. And Anubis was right. Whoever said there are going to be no more state of the games, really, I mean, that don't want to sound, I'm not sounding negative. I mean, if all of this happens for me, no, I can't do it based on my life, my time.
I'm hyped if
But
it's
it
all true.
does bring back a lot to the game where it's a new DLC, new level cap, new grind, new gear, and you're talking about 10 new exotics. Well, then you got to increase the cap space on what we have as space outside of just our backpack. If you're talking about a whole nother 10 new exotics,
Right.
that puts what, 33, 35 exotic guns in the game by itself? Not even talking about clothes and gear. It
And all that
sounds
being
more like
reworked.
wishful thinking
It does.
than anything.
Yeah.
Let me interrupt
like
you guys for one moment. Let me interrupt you. If right now, we're all right here sitting and talking about this, and now we're not the only ones talking about it because there's other streamers, there's other YouTubers actually talking about this as of right now. And don't you guys think that the biggest thing they should do is just copy everything from Division 1 and bring it over?
I would.
Now, that's
be down with
supposedly
it.
another rumor, but it wasn't part of this supposed leak that they were going to open up the New York map to Division 2.
So that lower Manhattan would connect to
That sounds
Manhattan
interesting,
we
but
had.
that you're asking that's a lot of work.
That's a big ass map. Because imagine
It's
once
right. It's not just the convert over, right? Like, yeah, there was Snowdrop, but that engine has changed so much since Division 1. You would have to redo Division 1 basically to be Division 2 to fit the new Snowdrop. That's a lot of work. That's a whole lot of work.
And you think Massive should charge for this next update?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You think they should charge?
The DLC, yeah.
Mm.
I have no problem with that. And like I
Like,
said, if you're going to do it,
$30.
pay the $20-$30 for a DLC like that. Yeah, definitely. Now, anything after the DLC, kind of like they did with what Warlords of New York is, everything after that, yeah, it should be free.
Right.
But yeah,
All
they
the
should
same.
definitely charge. If it's that much work and everything in this leak is true, we should pay. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I
wouldn't
mean,
either.
my biggest thing on it is just the time. And somebody, one of the comments said, like, man, I can't do it because time ain't free. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, I can pay for the game, but who's going to pay for the time to pay it? You know what I mean? That's huge.
Now, if
really
if Massive goes ahead and after the whole concerns about thinking about people about their time management, family, this and that, if they want to be a little bit nice, because this is like literally asking for too much right now, what I'm going to say, what if they give you the option that you can upgrade all your gear to 50? If they give you the option, I understand it's going to kill the whole grinding purpose, but let's just say, okay, you want to get all your gear back. Let's just say you want to pay the price for it, or do you want to like grind all over it? Right.
You saying add an option of paying for just your gear increased?
Interesting. That's very interesting.
It's
a lot of people. I mean,
to be honest, yeah, it's like Massive. Like, if you guys want to make money, then do it. Some people are going to do it. Some people won't do it.
Right.
That's the whole option.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are talking about, oh, this game didn't make money, then try to put stuff in the game that actually allows you to make money. I understand not everybody's going to like the whole idea because it's just think about it as in you're just killing the whole purpose of grinding. But you realize if you look at your stats of how many hours you put in this game, we're talking about over 1,000 hours.
Yeah.
Thousands? Close?
Yeah.
2,000? And to go from 40 to 50, regrind, recalibrate, reoptimize. We're talking about going in the DZ again, searching for those exclusive that they don't drop as often as before. And we're talking about that you have to go to certain locations to do everything again. We're talking about we have to upgrade also our exotics from 40 to 50, which I assume that they're going to
re-roll it.
Yeah, they're going to ask you to re-roll it. They're going to ask you, you're going to need certain materials for it. There's going to also, there might be a possibility that they go ahead instead of raids being the normal way, they put it like a hard mode which basically increases the chances of you just getting a level 50 EB, a level 50 RAV.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
I'm looking at it like I said, 4 characters. Say without the blueprints where I could just roll it to 50. If I had to go back and get 4 more Eagle Bears, 4 more Ravenous, you know what I mean? Like that is a huge grind. People would pay for it. Like, I mean, people paid for the clothes that are actually free in the game. All you had to do is play it. You get the
Right.
clothes.
Yeah.
People had paid for it, like, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna buy the whole thing, be done.
Mhm.
I don't know if it cost them $10, $20. I don't know how much they were charging because for me,
$20.
I'm cheap. You know, hey, look, I'm going to play the game anyway, so the gear is going to drop.
Yeah, Resident Evil was 20.
People would pay that all my gear just goes to level 50. Do you keep the stats? Like the first thing that comes to my mind when Anubis just said it is the most serious part of, I got a God rolled Hollow Man mask. You know how hard that would be to get it again at a level 50, going into the DZ, getting it out of the DZ. Wow, it actually dropping the way it dropped in those stats, like wow, that
now the whole
that's
part,
incredible.
the whole part about paying increase to level 50, that's just the level 50. It's not going to give you max attributes, max core attribute, anything. You have to recalibrate that again, which we won't have the recalibrations for it because you have to look for a level 50 gun and actually increase your library again. Because I assume that's not going to be 15% weapon damage. I assume it's going to be a little bit more higher, more attributes, more it's going to be more investing to it. So it's like, okay, you will upgrade it to level 50, but we're not going to give you a god roll.
Yeah,
we'll give you we'll just leave it right there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, has a game ever pulled this off where you can just buy your build to the next level cap?
Nope, we had to grind all that stuff over again. But that's a very interesting point you brought up because I was thinking the same thing because crit hit damage mods might not be 12% anymore. You got to go farm all 15, those again, those max mods again. It might go up to 15. Skill haste, those max
15.
mods.
15
you got to go get all that stuff again. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Level 50 makes it very difficult.
Yeah, when all that up, I don't know if I'm down for all that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I've already answered this question myself that I personally would be done. Not so much based on what everybody else feels, and I'm not telling everybody else to be done, but just me and my personal time and my personal life, I would have to be done. I would have to be. I wouldn't have the time to do all that again. I would
just straight up just do the story mode, probably finish out the campaign if they release new story mode. But as for the whole end game,
right? I mean, we remember what they said too. Remember going from 30 to 40. If your level 30 gear, it's not going to be dead. You can still use it. Wrong. Soon as you shot 2 people in New York, you were level 31. Everything was trash.
Yeah.
So for me. 80 to 85 per bag, 4 characters, all of that's gone.
Yeah.
And that's just the stuff I use that are on loadouts. That's not counting what's in my stash that is God rolled of, I might need this one moment one day.
Right.
All garbage.
All garbage.
All trash.
But those casuals who don't make all those builds and invest all that time, they're going to love the fuck out of this.
Right.
Yeah.
We've been playing since day one, so for us it's hard. But the player that came in for the $3 buys or just buying it, level 50 means nothing to them. They might not even be past World Tier 5 yet. So for them, okay, I get World Tier 5, I go do New York, go do the new DLC, and then I'm moving on. That's a lot to do. But let's look at the positive if it is true. That's a lot of game that they're giving us. That is a whole lot of game. Like, Anubis mentioned something to me. I agree. Like sometimes we get on here and we bash. We're not bashing. We just want certain things a certain way. That we've had these conversations with our inner circle community. What we've heard from other content creators, we have these conversations because we love the game.
Right.
Name me one game that you're still playing faithfully for 2 years. That's incredible. I have the worst addiction in the world. I am a OCD completist. I am a finisher. Like I can't start something and not finish it.
Right.
It's got to be all the way. This is a game that can't be won. It's like
No.
golf. There's always another hole to play. There's always another piece that's going to give you that little bit more strength.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm addicted to, I got to get this completed.
Yep.
So this is the worst game in the world for me because I'm not getting off until it's done.
Right.
Until it's done. But it'll never be done because there's always another build that pops up of, oh, yo, that hits hard. There's another little, okay, let's say there's a counter meta to the Lady Death. Okay, I'm in the DZ. I got to get this counter because everybody's running the Lady Death / build. So now I got to go farm all that again. Like, I am a completist. With adding this information to it, doing this, I'm starting from scratch.
Do y'all even think this is realistic, though, that they can do this?
That's my big thing, too, of where we kind of sit in a how true is it? Because this is a lot. For some, the biggest thing, and that's the two biggest counters in this, is that they announced we were done at TU12. They announced that. We didn't make that up. We didn't speculate it. We literally said we're done with TU12. It took a lot of people by shock, but a lot of us kind of saw what Division 1 did, where once you get that optimization station, you're pretty much done. Because if you do two things in this game, two things, you do the summit, you can put what gear you're looking for and what level you want to. Everybody pretty much does legendary to heroic to a legendary because that gives you the better chance of better loot. Not a lot of loot, but better loot.
Yeah.
Then you got the optimization station on it. That's it. You don't have to do anything else in this game. If you went and got the pieces, like you went and got the Eagle Bear, you got that already. Summit, get the pieces to level it up, to max it out, optimization to finish it off, whatever gear. You're done with this game.
Yeah.
TU12 are done. Okay, we were guessing that. Like, hey, optimization, we're getting close to the end here. Nobody expected that type of announcement. Like, you guys didn't tell us you guys were done, which, yeah, it would have been nice to get one of those. Hey, guys, this is going to be like the last update after Fail Out, which would have been understandable.
Yeah.
COVID has affected everything.
Mm-hmm.
It has. It's affected how much we played the game. It's affected how much work they can put in on the game. They're still not going into the offices. They're still not back to full strength. So it affected everything. I get it. With that, how do you expect them to all of a sudden turn around? Oh, yeah, we got a DLC. We got 2 new game modes. We got PvP. You're going to level 50 cap, and you got to start and grind all over. It does keep you playing the game. Like I said, I've been speculating in new content if it is a DLC. But the big thing for me is based on a DLC. If it was something announced in June and they were dropping something, there's no way they could have a DLC that fast. If they would have been August, September, October, and November, end of year, I can see a DLC dropping. Because they literally said, we got to go back to the drawing board. Like, we didn't know. We thought we were done. Now we got to scramble up our team again. And yet, on the other side, we're hearing Hamish isn't even in this same role. He's something else now. These guys, we haven't seen a state of the game in 3-4 months now.
Quarter year, yeah.
It tells you where the game was. And then, like you said, one little question out of an investor changed everything. Hold on, you got Star Wars, but you let this game die and people are upset about it. I don't know if this guy's son plays the game or he plays the game directly, but he knew something to ask that question, that there are a lot of unhappy people. And I mean, we looked at it too, like, wait a minute, you're going to end it with this many bugs, this many glitches, the way that it's unbalanced, where I can have an all blue build and run around with a Lady Death and put people down in a heartbeat. Like, that's how you were going to leave the game. So that put a sour taste in people's mouth.
Right.
But if this is true and they're putting this much into the game, it breathes new life into the game for those that absolutely love it or absolutely die hard. All new life.
Yeah.
All new life.
100%.
Because it gives you a reason to do and that's what I was guessing. Like, if you're saying you're going to have content to lead you from 21 to 22, a DLC with a new level cap is the way to go. Now, let's scratch everything else. There's no new DZ coming in, and there's no hunters, no new seasons, just a new DLC with a level cap of 50. That's a year more worth of playing the game for a lot of people.
And more
it is.
It's more realistic in my eyes to get that in the next 3 months, 4 months. But everything that's in this league is I think it's
It's
just
sketchy.
it is.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
I
waiting
agree
on
fully.
some verification or confirmation from Massive themselves before
Yeah,
really diving into this.
but I look at it like it's a quick money grab. Let's hurry up and grab this money while we can, while some people are still there. Will it bring people back? No. I mean, right now I'm hearing split things just from my clan of I'm done. I'm done. Level 50, hell yeah, let's go. Because it that's a whole new fire. But now I gotta do DCD headquarters another 50 times to get what I'm looking for. I gotta go in the summit 200-300 more times to get what I'm looking for. The same exact builds. And then what changes come? Oh yeah, we're not, because remember, with everything, we've lost a lot of talents that we had. What was the one on the knee pads? Was it patience? You kneeled behind something and healed you. We lost that. We had clutch, where everybody was running around the DZ with clutch. We lost that. So what do we lose now? Intimidate, adrenaline rush, because that kills the lady death. It kills it. So now what's the new meta? What's the new thing? Like, it starts everything all over again. It's a reset button,
That's
and you make money.
I don't believe your clanmates. Them motherfuckers gonna be right back.
Yeah, right back in it, because it's a reset button. It's a very good reset button.
Yep.
I get it. And that's why I was guessing, like, any new content, if it's a DLC, it's going to be a new level cap, guaranteed. Because the diehards are going to start from scratch. It's new content creation. It's new content for content creators. It's more streams. It's everything starts over.
Yeah.
Now you might have a new gaming community, because a lot of the old heads be like, I'm not doing this again, man. Nah, I'm done. But
you get a new, fresher generation that sticks with it.
Right. Just starting the game. I mean, you guys run a Discord. A lot of those people you're helping are newer players. Yeah. I've never done the raid before. Wait, which one? Dark Hours? You've never done Dark Hours before? Really? Things have been out for almost 2 years and you haven't done it? That tells you he's a newer type player and they're interested. They're invested to, I want this gun or I want this gear. I'm looking for this build. They're asking about builds. What's a good build to have in it? Those are the newer players. We've been playing for 2 years. So we've been through how many reset buttons now? Like where we had gear on mask and knee pads, then went down to just chest and backpacks. And then we got rid of this talent and that talent. Like we've been through all that. And with a level 40, level 50 just sounds better than level 40. Like it just sounds better. I get it. It's smart. It's really smart. I get it if it is true. If it is true, I get it. I'm not mad at it. All I can do is speak from my personal side of things of where I am personally in life of, I can't dedicate another 2 years to this game. That's where it changes up. Most people will pay the money gladly, level up gladly, farm again gladly. It's smart. It keeps people in the game. And then you can go back to your investors and say, look, we just got another 2 years out of this game.
Yeah.
Out of a 4-year game. A lot of people were guessing on if
right there, May.
Yeah, okay.
Stop. For some reason there's only 3 of us, but it's gonna shut us down here in less than a minute. So I'm going to restart this.
Well, you're recording, so let's continue.
Oh, how you already knew? Oh no, go ahead, bring it up. Can make the highlights or whatnot.
This is basically like it's basically a talent in the game. It's just not it won't work with drones, but it works with freaking turrets.
What, the Achilles pulse?
No, the overlock.
Overlook?
Overlock. Overclock.
Overclock. Yeah.
Overclock. Yeah, that thing it doesn't work with the drone. It works with only a turret or something, or hive or something like that.
What's the talents ratings description?
It says allies within 7 meters of your deployed skills gain 25% reload speed and reduce their active cooldowns by 0.2 seconds each second.
So that's 75% faster? What's the cooldown?
It says 0.2 seconds. So we're talking about,
or is it 20%?
Depending on what skill you're using. It'll go down like 0.2 seconds.
Need to experiment.
Well, all I know is in Razorback, everybody reloads, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, you talk. Oh, yeah. We're working the wings, and
yeah, everybody works one, like everybody reloads and all that stuff, right? But also, it works for both skills. So let's just say I throw a turret on the other side, where front side where there's plate 1 and plate 4, and they benefit from that range 7 meters away from it.
right,
They'll have a 25% of reload speed, so they'll reload super fast, and
right,
they'll keep doing DPS to it. And then on my side, what I'll do is I'll throw down my reviver hive near the EMP build person, and they'll get their cooldown for their EMP jam is going to be faster
right.
to recover. So I made my build. It's still a DPS build. I
Mm-hmm.
lose a little bit of damage, but I still do damage because I'm maxed out on crit damage and crit chance. So, and I'm still wearing glass, so I'll be fine. The reason behind that is just more deeps up front, fast reload, less time, less cooldown for everybody that's near those two things.
Right,
Like I said, I'm just tired of solo builds.
right,
Yeah.
I've devoted myself to make support builds, amplification builds, and as of right now, it's been a struggle. But now with the whole news of the increase of level cap, that all those builds are going to be
Right.
remade again in a different way.
yeah. I don't know, but I think the game was so stale. I could use a whole new just reset button on this game if
Well,
they're gonna deliver all this stuff with it. If it's just an increased level cap and we get just a story to continue on like we did with Keener, and then we just got some additional gear and exotics, but no game mode really. I'll go through, play the story, cover what I can with videos, and then bounce back to Outriders.
I just think that
I'm glad you brought that up.
they just
Hell
need
yeah.
they just need to do something already and just start making the game more fluid so I can keep on playing like Division 1. People go in there
Yes.
just to play the dark zone for the hell of it,
Yep.
or survival.
Yep.
Right.
They
And
don't
The
they don't come.
hordes, the
Yeah,
resistance.
yeah, all that stuff. We don't have all that. It's like
Their incursions are fun. They all have
it's
different themes. You can run Clear Sky in sub 8 minutes, and then you can run Falcon Lost that has you're fighting an APC shooting out fucking are they cannons? It's more like mortars. But
Mortars.
then you got dragons. That's a whole different kind of fucking incursion. It's and this stolen signal, which is this crazy mini raid for 4 people. They crushed it with their variety in their game with
Just
TD1.
just copy and paste from Division 1. People are not going to be mad at you. Just
No,
all you have to do is optimize the art, optimize a few things, like the environment. I get it. You have to upgrade the engine a little bit. It's going to take you a little bit, but to be honest, you people won't be mad about it if you copy and paste from Division 1. People want that. They've been asking for that. There are some things that maybe they don't want it in the game, but to be honest to you, like you guys are just not too long ago we're trying to kill the game already. Like fail out, that's it. No, we'll never know what happened with Natalia, but since Big Daddy Ubisoft got put in the spotlight, they said, "Oh, we're gonna take care of it," and they went straight to Massive and said, "You guys need to do something."
yeah, it's a complete 180 from last
Yeah.
week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's the perfect time for this so-called leak to come out.
I was
One-
that. That's
right?
I'm so
The
glad you
timing
just
of
brought
it.
that up. When you said Outriders, I was just about. That is, what are the chances that this leak comes out and in 3 days we get Outriders? And word is, everybody can't wait. Everybody can't wait. Like, yo, when Outriders comes out, man, I can't wait. And it's just a demo. It's not even a full game.
Yeah, you get
And
the
all of a
first
sudden, here's
2
this
hours
supposed leak of
campaign.
what's coming out in this game. That's convenient timing. That's very convenient. That's funny that you say that. That's funny. I was just thinking the same when you said Outriders. I was like, that comes out in what, the 25th, and we got a leak on the 22nd.
Yeah,
that is hilarious. That is hilarious.
and Outriders can be the division killer. It's just some people are turned off with the whole alien and futuristic, so it'll turn people off with that. But as for the people who love the looter shooter and making the builds, if you've looked into their game, they are deep into that. Their skill tree, you can modify it. You can go whatever kind of route. You can make it each class. You can make it tanky. You can make them DPS. You can make them skilled. You can make them heal. It's crazy with the options, the routes you can take when making each class.
I think the biggest kind of complaint I'm hearing so far is no PvP. So for those diehard PvP DZ players, that's the main thing that kind of turns them off a little bit.
But I would argue I've never seen yet a looter shooter with both PvP and PvE have the balance.
Yeah, right. That was a good question you asked me the other day.
Yeah,
it's definitely a good question. You're right. Something will, because something to be too OP. Oh, we got to nerf it. Well, then you just hurt a lot of your fan base that don't PvP just to make a smaller percentage happy.
Yeah, the whole PvP. I was surprised when I read the leak that they're adding a new PvP mode. It's like, yeah, people have been asking for it, but that unless Red Storm, because Massive can't handle the PvP, right? Isn't that Red Storm who did all that?
That's why they're hiring.
That's why they're hiring. Are they?
From what we heard, they were, but there's rumors that they're hiring for Star Wars, the PvP side, Avatar, the PvP side. Like, there's rumors on everything on what is actually going on behind the scenes. And it's all speculation of what's coming.
Right. It's going to be the title of this podcast. All it is speculation.
It's true speculation. We have no idea.
And it's too good to be true. But if they deliver, man, all props to Massive for coming back like this. Well, Ubisoft had to light a fire on their ass, but if they can pull this off,
right?
Holy shit!
That's the funny part.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's ingenious. Hit the reset button. Hit the reset button. It makes a lot of sense to just hit it. Like, make them start all over. Some people will be upset with it. Some people love it. You might get a whole new band of players coming in. Right. You might have some old people coming back.
Yep.
You might. It's a risk, but I'm sure it's one they'll take because it's going to be a money grab.
I don't think it's a risk at all. I think it's
it's a risk on you put this out and you don't get the people back and they don't buy it. Now you've done all this man work for nothing.
That's true.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, people are tired of the game. 2 years, they walked away, they're playing something else. I mean, a lot of people went to Call of Duty, a lot of people went to Destiny, a lot of people are now picking up Breakpoint because PlayStation Plus put it out for free. Like, you're
and
losing
new content's just been announced for Breakpoint,
right? So,
and then future games that come out this next quarter year.
It's truly a risk. You got to take it, though. You got to take it.
You have to on Massive side. This is a flop compared to TD1.
Oh yeah, huge.
You have to put a nice bow on this bitch.
What did they say? Half, like 20 million people were bought Division 1, 10 bought Division 2. That's a drop, huge drop. And then you got a lot of people that didn't like Division 2 at all and just went back to Division 1. Even though they bought it, they didn't stay. They didn't hang around. They were just like, that's not for me. I like the new engine. I went back to Division 1 and it's too slow motion for me. Like, look, this guy's running north and south instead of east and west. Like, he's running up and down instead of get to where you need to go. Some of the mechanics are different.
With the character movement.
Some of those mechanics are very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
And Yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say something stupid.
No, you can go ahead, say it.
Well, it's just we got so spoiled with TD2. When you go to TD1, the stability on the weapons, dude. I rock Sentry with the Urban MDR, and I was playing last week, and we're running legendaries incursions. Holy shit! If I weren't getting up in their face, I used to laser them, stack those 6 real quick on Falcon Loss and shit. So it's across the fucking map. And this motherfucker, I had to get up in their face to land them because that recoil.
Well, I remember how good that G36C was, and I went to use it. Like, why am I shooting straight up over his head? Like, I don't remember that. I remember that thing being on,
there's
like,
more
moving.
That right thumbs. There's a lot of skills that are maintaining fucking hits on target.
It truly is. I mean, it truly going backwards is weird. It's fun. It does bring back the nostalgia, but I walked away from that game for so long that it's hard for me to go back. I get more joy out of it when it's a group of us having a good time and we go back and play.
Right.
More so than I'm going to go back and just play it by solo.
Nah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm so used to playing this game solo that most of my builds are still solo. I have one healer build. Playing with Anubis lately, seeing the support. When Anubis lets this build out to the public, it's going to change the game. Hopefully it comes out before it's true that a level cap is coming, because I can see a lot of people picking this build up because it does. I mean, it was just me and Anubis on Legendary, and we were melting right through it. Like, we're just flying right through it. Like, he's hit. Like, he's marked. Okay, focus what I got to focus on him. He's down in seconds. It was one boss. We're talking about a boss, named enemy, where he dropped dead and it looked like he still had armor left. Like, it was so much damage that hit him, it didn't even flow through. He just fell. I'm like, he still had armor left, but it was so much damage that it just catapulted past what he had. He just dropped dead. Like, we're killing people with armor bars. That build is phenomenal. I'll take my hat off. I thought I was good at making builds and thinking outside the box. That is way outside of the box.
Yeah.